you guys enjoy your whatever that is.
All right. Test.
Four, three.
What's going on, everybody? This is segment number 3 of Convincing Idiots. I'm Millennial Nick alongside Gen X Brian and Dean Harvey, the Zennial. We are back this evening for our third and final segment, and we will be discussing some cringeworthy songs, or maybe just songs that we really don't like for whatever reason, and maybe we'll discuss that this evening. This was an idea that I had. There's a couple songs that came to mind right off the bat, and like, God, every time I hear this song, I just can't stand it, or it's cringy, or whatever. So, for any variety of reasons, these are just songs that don't quite hit our wheelhouse, whether we don't like the way they sound, whether they're cringy, maybe the lyrics are bad, maybe the song's bad, maybe the vibe's just bad. So, Dean, why don't we start with you? Speaking of bad vibes and cringy vibes, let's go with Dean, who eats on air and doesn't use his special Convincing Idiots nickname in the title of the video.
Fix you. All right. This one, it's a little newer. I am crass. I am dirty and filthy, right?
Mm-hmm.
We all can agree to that. But there's just something.
I think I know what it is.
That goddamn song "WAP."
There it is. Yeah.
That when I hear it, I'm like, oh, okay, okay, all right, I'm good. And
you don't want a bucket and a mop for this wet? No, you don't.
I don't even know if I've finished the whole song ever.
Oh my goodness! You don't want to swipe your nose like a credit card or park that Big Mac truck right in that little garage?
I do. Don't get me wrong. It's just there's something.
You want to give it everything you got for that wet ass.
I've never given anything everything I got. Let's just make that abundantly clear. So yeah, WAP by Cardi B, 2020 is my first pick.
Okay. Okay. It's very vulgar. Yes.
Yes.
Brian, what do you got?
Well, Nick, I know you're familiar with this song. I think maybe Ollie's becoming more familiar with this song here.
I'm pretty sure it's on my list too.
Christine 16 by the band Kiss. So
yeah,
I've always kind of liked the song, but when you go back and listen to the lyrics, it's essentially it's just very blatant. It's 20-some-year-old men who are lusting over a young girl walking out of high school who's 16 years old. It's like, yeah. I mean, it's just she's been around, she's young and clean, and I saw you coming out of school that day.
I knew I had to have you. I've got to have you. Yeah.
Okay, wow, I get a question real quick because I think I heard it for the first time. I think last year we were talking about songs and you had me listen to this. Brian, when you first heard it when you were younger, I'm assuming that you were under 20, right?
It's a different It has a different feel then, for sure.
So,
yes.
But it didn't ring to you as creepy back then.
No, it did not. No.
Okay.
No,
truly. Just go ahead. Yeah.
No. Honestly, it started to change when my own daughter was turning 16, and I'm just like, all these songs are 16, and then you start paying more attention to. There's a lot of songs.
No.
With 16. 16 was like an age in the 70s that was. People were
the sweet 16 parties. It's like the coming of age type weird, so to speak.
Now, Kiss was trying to write it where but even the lyrics. So even the lyrics don't sound like a kid, like you're singing it through a teenager who's in school also. Right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so like somebody in a van parked down by the side.
Exactly. So
I tried to do that. I tried to give them the benefit of the doubt because I was like, well. I'm like, they were young men maybe when they wrote it, whatever. But I'm like, This was on Love Gun. This is the fourth or fifth album here. They weren't that age, and
they're
16
late
was
20s.
a not acceptable thing. And like you said, I grew up. We listened to that song, loved that song, sang along to it. Not really a big until you get older and you start. Yeah, like you said, that stuff comes around. Winger had the song 17. She's only 17.
Mhm.
Daddy says she's too young, but she's old enough for me. Motley Crue references 15 in one of their songs on their first album. She's only 15. She's the reason that I can't sleep. But yeah, Christine 16 is extra. It's the chorus, and also there's that part where Gene says, and you referenced it, Brian, when I saw you coming, it's not even being sang, it's creepily being spoken. When I saw you coming from school that day, I knew I've got to have you. I've got to have you. It's just, oh, fuck, man. It's horrible. It is just, it's really rough.
Out now just talking about it.
It's not great. It's not great. Yeah. Again, and then, of all the songs on my list, and this was one of mine, it's by far the song I enjoy the most, as I grew up with Kiss, and I love that song. However, lyrically, it's the worst on my list. Like, lyrically, it is the worst one.
Yep.
From that standpoint.
Gen X Brian here from the Convincing Idiots podcast. If you're enjoying our show, tell a friend. And if you're not, well, tell two enemies.
What is next on your list, or first on your list, Nick?
Yeah. So that I did have Christine 16 on my list. But I'm gonna go next with this is a song that has filled me with a red rage ever since I first heard it. I'm not a country fan. Okay, so there's that. But this song just infuriates me. It's I think it was popular in like maybe when I was just out of high school or something, so maybe 06, 07, 08, somewhere around there. It's called Honky Tonk Badonkadonk by a guy named Trace Atkins.
Oh yeah.
You guys remember that? It's just dumb. I don't like country music, and it's taking at that time now a very dated term. It's a country version of Baby Got Back, right? Is essentially what it is.
Sure.
Okay, so I respect that. It's the trying to borrow from rap and hip hop culture terms throughout a country song and done poorly. Also, this man, when this song came out, was at least in his late 40s. It's just very weird.
Right.
He's a creepy looking dude anyway. And the lyrics are terrible. Honky tonk, badonkadonk. Got it going on like Donkey Kong was one of the lyrics. And then, ooh, wee, shut my mouth, slap your grandma. It's just ridiculous. It's fucking stupid. It's just fucking stupid, and it's ridiculous. And when
he was using it in the country song, badonkadonk, that wasn't even being used by like kids or other pop culture. You know what I mean?
I think it had probably lost its. I mean, at a time that was a thing, certainly, but yeah,
okay.
Yeah,
I thought
Badonkadonk was a thing that been like hip hop and like girls with big asses and stuff, and
No, I'm not disputing the big ass thing. But I'm saying the term badonkadonk. I thought that was an older term. Maybe I was wrong.
For that matter, maybe it is, and it just came back around the early to mid 2000s for rap songs. I don't know, but around that time, it was. I guess a phrase, but yeah, that song just infuriates me. Every time I hear it, it just makes me mad. I don't know what it is. It just pisses me off, and it's just very cringy, and the whole thing is just burned into my brain, unfortunately. So There we go, Dean.
Oh,
he's grabbing an Oreo.
Okay, cookie.
Oh, nice.
Oh, that was a cookie. Anyways.
You're our little floor cookie. That should be your nickname. How's our little floor cookie doing today?
I've never been more in love with a nickname in my life. Floor cookie. Okay. I'm going to. I debated on this, and so I'm cheating because I couldn't figure out which song infuriated me and made me cringe more. So I'm just going to say Will Smith. From Wild Wild West to Men in Black to the fucking Miami song.
Mm-hmm. No Big Willie style either.
Right, it's all of it. That's why I'm putting it on umbrella, because I couldn't choose a Will Smith song. I kept going, oh no, that one's more cringy. No, that one's more cringy. They're all of them. So I'm saying Will Smith is my cringe song. It's just, there's all of the things he's done over the past. Don't get me wrong, I'm sure that there's a few out there that I haven't heard that's like, yeah, that's fine. That's good.
I mean, you basically summertime is good. Like, summertime's a good vibe. I love Parents That Just Don't Understand, which is weird and funny, but
Nightmare on My Street. That was all right.
There you go. Yeah.
Okay, then it's the 20th, the 21st century.
Fair enough.
In all fairness, Dean, you're not wrong. I mean, the vibe you described with the songs that you do know are basically Will Smith songs.
Just,
I mean, that's
they're money grabs. It's like the Men in the Black, the Wild Wild West. It's it's writing them for the movies, and they're dumb lyrics, and it's just the way it's presented. I cringe every time I hear anything from Will Smith 2000 on. So
yeah, that's good. That includes his daughter singing as well. Thank you.
I don't know if I've ever heard that. I don't know if I would
put some respect on Willow Smith's name.
I whip my hair back and forth. I whip my hair back and forth. Yikes.
Just whip it. Anyways. Whip it real good.
Yeah. I'm glad I am not familiar.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not missing much there.
Right. Brian.
Okay. Arguably the worst song of the entire 1980s decade. Every time I hear it, I'm like, is it that bad of a song? Yeah. It is that bad of a song.
The Final Countdown?
No, I kind of like that one. Starship. We built this city. We built this city on rock and roll. Dumb, ridiculous. The band was going a whole different pop direction. Grace Slick, who was the powerful singer for so long, was regulated to more of a backup kind of singer by that time.
But Brian, it's a song you could punch your arms into as you sing each lyric. Built this city, and I mean the dance is right there.
It was a popular song. It made the top 10. I know that, but I can't remember exactly what year it was. But every time I hear it, I'm just like, just no.
I agree with you, actually.
Yep.
Very much so.
That's not great.
There you go.
Yeah.
No. That's it.
Yep.
Nikolai.
All right. Here it comes, guys. This is it. This is the song that made me think of recommending this. I hate this. It might be my least favorite song of all time. It is early 2000s. It's Lips of an Angel by Hinder. I absolutely despise this song with every fiber of my being. It checks all the boxes. It's a bad, horrible butt rock song of the early 2000s. The lyrics are terrible. The premise of the song, it's a ballad, okay? So it's a ballad of a guy swooning for his ex-partner, and all the while he is singing about how his girl's in the next room, and sometimes he wishes she was you and never moved on, and really gonna hear your it's just it's insane to me. Like, the whole thing is wild because it is a ballad, and I feel like it's supposed to evoke the emotion of a longing, right, for a woman, but it's from the perspective of a complete bag of shit who won't leave his partner, who he clearly is not wanting to be with. It's just, I hate it. It's a horrible fucking song. I hate that era of rock music. Like, like 2002 to 6, just 7, just a bunch of fucking bags of dog fucking shit. And Hinder might have led the charge. It was just, I hate that song. I hate that band. I hate that style of music. I hate, like, everything. And yeah, it's just that the guy is such a shithead in the song. Like, I get that. And hey, there are shitheads out there who do cheat on their girlfriends, who need songs to cry and get drunk to. But I don't need to hear it. It's unnecessary. I fucking hate that song. Yeah, might be my least favorite song of all time.
Wow.
So,
okay.
Yeah, there it is. Hinder, go to hell. Go directly to hell. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200.
Okay. All right. Well, Hinder. All right. I'm going to go with 2008 Lady Gaga, Poker Face. That song just makes me want to slap
face?
somebody in the face.
Okay, all right, there you go.
The stupid repetitiveness, it is to me the legitimate idea of what we're doing here with this subject. It just brings that visceral reaction to me when I hear it. And then even worse, if you want to take it a step farther, if there's anybody, and there normally is in the vicinity of me that starts fucking singing it, oh my god, fucking hate it. It's awful. It's
I wanna hold them like they do in Texas, man. You can't punch me. We're in different places.
I am going to save one. I'm going to fucking tweak your nipple next time I see you. Yeah, Poker Face. I hate it. It's awful.
All right. Another song. Again, age of 16 was just a weird thing in the 70s, man. So there's a song called "Into the Night." I know you know the song by Benny Mardones. So it's like, she's just 16 years old. Leave her alone.
Oh,
yeah.
But the vocals are just beautiful. The guy he just passed away within the last couple of years, but the vocals, he could sing
from a
his
15-year-old girl.
Right.
Yeah. Now that one I picture is maybe he's trying to write it through the eyes of a kid that's a little bit older. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's not a grown man singing to, but it still has that feel though of an older dude lusting after a 16-year-old girl, huh?
Because he has an old dude's voice. You know what I mean? It's not like you have somebody that has maybe a younger, like if you hear Justin Bieber singing that, he's got a higher pitched, earlier sounding voice. You have a dude singing like this about a 16-year-old, it comes off a little different, regardless if he's supposed to be that age in the song.
Right, exactly. Or a boy band sings it or something like that. It would be a whole different feeling by it. But you're right. It's a grown man singing about lusting after a 16-year-old, like it's a forbidden relationship and all that. But again, I have to admit, I do like the song because it's just got a good, it's just easy listening and the vocals are amazing. But I can't focus on the lyrics or it just gets too creepy.
Yeah, I had a song that I actually wrote very similar about me lusting over Nick.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Sure. At least I was of age. Or was
it's questionable. Let's move on. Let's move on here.
Nick, what else do you have?
All right. Okay, next one up. I could almost do what Dean did here and just kind of pull this guy's entire catalog. But I'm going to start with the one that is the title of the song in and of itself is bad lyrically, as it is not a word. It is simply gibberish. That would have to be "Ba Wit Da Ba" by Kid Rock.
There you go.
My God. What the fuck are we doing here? Like, what is happening? And unfortunately,
I will accept all of his catalog also.
Kid Rock, that was one of his first big songs. And little did we know, unfortunately for us, he was just setting the stage for what the rest of it would be. A bunch of regrettable nonsense. Kid Rock is one that, like, he confuses me as an artist. I don't know who it's for exactly. Different songs, I guess, are trying to hit different or in different lanes. And hey, you can be versatile as long as you're good at least one of those lanes. And I don't think Kid Rock's good at a single one, but "Ba Wit Da Ba" is exceptionally bad.
I was a fan.
It has
I know the lyrics to "Ba Wit Da Ba." You know what I mean? I know the lyrics. I could sing along.
Yeah,
but I agree with you 100%.
It has a good riff to it initially, but I can never get past the fact that you named a song gibberish, and I don't know if there's a story behind it. I've never looked into Kid Rock enough to know if there is I'm sure it doesn't stand for something. That's way too many letters for him to know and have meanings for every single one of them. But what is it? What? It just sounded cool to say at the or whatever. I don't know. It's like if David Draymond from Disturbed named a song Waka Kaka. Like it's like, but he didn't do that. He didn't fucking do that. He named the song Down with the
Should have.
Sickness, and he put his Waka Kakas in there like a fucking grown ass man. You named it Ball with the Ball and didn't even fucking bother, you dipshit. So yeah, Kid Rock, your whole catalog belongs in there, but I'm going to target just Ball with the Ball for today. Thank you very much.
Since Nick would not like to jump in the pit and love somebody, I will. And who I'm going to throw my love on, or I say that because I'm conflicted by this next song. I do have love for the song because of the time period, because of what we all got to experience with the song, but ultimately when you hear it now, it is it's dirty, it's cringeworthy, it's the thong song by Cisco. We're in the same age group, gentlemen, enough to where we all got to see the fruits of that labor.
Yeah,
we were in a place, a house, a party, a dance, whatever. We all got to enjoy the fruits of that labor. But if you listen to it today, it's just a cheesy,
novelty
early
rap.
2000. It's cringy. So I'm on two sides here, but I'm leaning more towards cringy for the thong song.
What's more upsetting is when you think about the fact that was Cisco's only real hit, right? So if Cisco, like many of these acts, are trying to still get out there and at least make some money off of their name and who they were, Cisco, if he's doing that, is an old man out there singing the thong song, and that's just that there's not a lot of substance to that, unfortunately.
Unlike an older Jewish gentleman in his 70s singing about a 16-year-old with face paint on. A lot of it, if it's sung now, is quite weird and disturbing still.
Yes, definitely. Well, at the time, this song was one of the dirtiest songs that was out there. It caused a huge uproar in the late 80s, which now it's probably much more tame when you compare it to some of the more modern lyrics. But this is one of the first albums I remember that was like, banned. The whole parental, Tipper Gore, and it's just people going nuts. PMRC. There was some, clean versions of this album out there released and everything, but this is the Two Live Crew saying "Me So Horny." So just a very ridiculous song. The original version, very dirty, and again at the time it was like.
And it's fun, though.
Shockingly dirty.
Yeah.
It was fun. That's a song, I admit, it's cringy, but I do like it.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
It's got a good vibe to it. Mm-hmm. Unfortunately, it does.
So horny. Me so horny.
Yeah, they mentioned it was a scene from I think it was Apocalypse Now or something like that. They took that lady or whatever it was. But
Jacket.
Okay, Full Metal Jacket. Yeah.
Full Metal Jacket, yeah.
But anyway, there you have it.
Yeah, I like it. That's a good one.
Very good.
Nikolai.
For my next submission, I will be going with. So I have an affinity for 80s rock music. I was raised with a lot of those bands, and I do enjoy the vast majority of them. But there is one specific band of that time and specific song of that time. It's probably their biggest hit of all. And I know I made the comment about the Europe song earlier, but it's not the Final Countdown, but rather "Pour Some Sugar on Me" by Def Leppard. I despise that song, man. It is so just and you get the pizza, get the cream. Every time I hear it, it makes me want to punch a puppy in the face. I hate it. I don't know what it does. I can't stand it. I hate that song. And like I said, Def Leppard had some decent songs.
Def Leppard.
Good. Robin's offering me to bring down our dog if I want to punch it in the face. I'm going to decline to punch Gizmo right now. But yeah, that one for me is just it's the one. I can't stand that song. Def Leppard had some decent songs. They're not one of my favorite of those bands of the bands that era. I don't really like Def Leppard that much, but they had better ones than that. But Pour Some Sugar on Me is by far their biggest one, and I hate it. So
go back and listen. By the way, go back and listen.
Hysteria?
High and Dry, no, the High and Dry album and the Pyromania album. Those are two harder rocking Def Leppard albums, and I love those albums. I still love them now. But you're right. When that new album came out and Pour Some Sugar on Me, it was like, I mean, for them it was a huge hit. It took them to a whole other level in that era. They were playing big arenas, and it was great for their career. But as a harder rocking Def Leppard fan, that song just to this day, you're right, still tough to listen to because of how in a different how much of a different direction it went. So I'm
surprised you agreed with that one. I was like, Brian's not gonna like this one. I was like, I don't know about Dean, but Brian's not gonna like this one.
There's some good songs on that album, but that is still one of the worst Def Leppard songs from again, from what they used to be. It was such a polar opposite of what I enjoyed about them,
Yeah.
But
sure.
Anyway.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Dino.
Okay. Where are we going 5? Because I have so many listed here.
I put down 5, but I added an extra
honorable mentions.
But I'm fighting because I actually didn't write this down, but as you were talking about Def Leppard, I thought of another one that's just terrifically awful. So I'm conflicted, but I'll save that one for my number 1 of my honorable mention because my 5th one deserves to be on this list.
Mm-hmm.
Nick said, "Oh, I have the one that is the most cringy of the world." Nick, you will admit that I'm right. I need you to say it when I tell you that "Achy Breaky Heart" by Billy Ray fucking Cyrus is the most cringe song ever.
Do you like it?
No.
I do like it. Yeah, I used to love that song back in the day, and I do like it. And I still sing along with it when it comes on.
School.
Yeah.
And I could, but it's an awful song.
It is bad, yeah.
It is cringy. If you remember the video with the stupid mullet, and it's just, I don't know if any of you saw the recent video of him on stage looking like hillbilly Rob Zombie. But he was.
I might go see that. It's hillbilly Rob Zombie coming to Blossom. Like, okay.
I'm listening. Pull up the video of him. I think he was on stage at one of the inaugural things. Honestly. And he looks awful. The song sounded just as bad. Just again, "Achy Breaky Heart" is just a shit song.
I didn't know Affliction made that many pieces of denim. Oh my god!
Right?
The fuck is going on?
That's awful.
Yeah.
So yes, "Achy Breaky Heart" is number 5 on my list.
He had like
that's a good
peak, one. The peak mullet.
He had the mulletest of mullets. Yeah.
Mm.
It was curly long in the back and so fluffed and coiffed on the front. It really.
It was such a mullet that he didn't even have to smoke in order for it to smell like Marlboro.
No, probably not.
Yeah.
Yep.
No,
right
that's
out
a good
shower.
one.
It smelled that way.
Yeah, exactly. I think his shower just put out Marlboro smoke right on him.
Mm-hmm.
Just a steam cleaning for old Billy Ray.
Poofed up his fucking stupid chest hair and jumped out, painted on his goddamn denim jean and got ready to fuck that day up.
Yeah, I like it. My last one, Nick, you already mentioned it. Winger, she's only 17. It was on my list.
Sure.
There you go.
You already said the lyric. Daddy says she's too young, but she's old enough for me. She's only 17. It's like, you're not going to say that if you're an 18-year-old kid, probably.
No.
You're definitely a dude, at least in your 20s, lusting after a 17-year-old girl. Yeah, it's pretty bad.
Are they at the age yet where they can just change it in concert and be like, she's only 70, 70?
I've seen Winger play in concert. I don't know that he sang that song or not. I can't remember. He had to have sang it because it's
one of their bigger ones. And honestly, it's a great hook. It's a great song. Like musically, I love the song. It's just it doesn't sound good now. And that's Dean, you mentioned it earlier. It's like back then, I get, you're when Winger's out. I mean, are you a teenager
17,
yourself?
18,
Yeah,
yeah.
I mean,
Oh,
so
yeah.
it's not weird for you to listen to a song
No.
about a 17-year-old girl because you are 17, and that's fine. The problem is when a guy with a 5 o'clock shadow in jeans and beautifully feathered hair at 28 is writing about a 17-year-old. That is the problem.
Right.
but you didn't even know. You're talking about like Brian listening to when he's a kid. Brian was actually shirtless doing the nunchucks in the mirror singing, Brian's only 17. And flipping that shit around, waving his mullet.
Yeah.
She doesn't know I do Tai Chi. I do Tai Chi.
Brian's only 17.
Yep.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, it's good. My peak, my mullet used to flip the nunchuck around to me. You know, that was a lot of practice.
Yeah.
So anyway, yeah.
That was Beard can do it.
Yeah.
Yep.
He's just got a front mullet with the beard.
Yeah.
Yep.
Very good. My last one. This is not going to be popular for. I think it's going to be my least popular pick because I think it did well for them and a lot of people liked it. But there is not really many other songs that I think sonically simplify square peg into a round hole than Disturbed's version of The Sound of Silence. I can't stand it.
No.
I knew it. I fucking
hate it.
One of you. We're gonna come to a song like this.
I hate it when I don't like it when Disturbed. First of all, I used to love Disturbed, and I still like a lot of their songs, but they have a specific sound to me. And whenever they do this really slow, somber song, he tends to do this very over-the-top, dramatic, epic sounding thing with his.
I give you that.
I hate it. I just hate it. Now I didn't even know that song before I ever heard their version of it, so I didn't like it as a standalone. Then I heard the original version. I was like, oh, it's a cover. And then I was like, yeah, really dislike it even more now that I heard. Like, I mean, I don't
like the original. Though?
I don't like the original either. It's boring, but like this version of it is just as much as I wasn't impressed with the original, it's insulting to the original. It's just ridiculous, and it just I just don't like it. I know, like I said, a lot of people seem to like it, and I'm like, especially with them, I'm like, of all the covers they've done, they covered Shout, they covered Land of Confusion, they've done some great covers, and man, like I'm just like that one. Does not resonate well with me.
I mean, we were all, agreeing with everything. I really thought that there'd be more that at least one of us. We were all really agreeing on a lot of these.
Yeah.
I really thought there'd be like a few that like the other guys would go, "Oh man, I love that song." But Nick, I can't. I'm sorry. I love that song.
Yeah.
I the exact opposite. Sorry.
He just tries to hit that opera sound and then tries to do a half-assed Disturbed. It's weird. Stop. It just doesn't work for me. I can't stand it.
Well, it is a haunting theme, the song. Right. It's about death, and it's the Simon and Garfunkel version. I always like that too.
Love it.
But yeah, it is a haunting song anyway. Yeah, I think it's purposeful that way. It's probably why he recorded it because of the. Yeah, powerful vocals, man. I think it's very good. But anyway,
I didn't even warm up. Thank you, I appreciate that.
Gave me chills.
Sure. Yeah, the Disturbed version is good too.
Yeah.
So honorable mentions. You want to go through one at a time? Go to rapid fire. You have one more.
Go real quick around, but I need to talk to you guys about this. Are you guys familiar with the band Ugly Kid Joe?
Yeah, I hate everything about you.
I hate everything about you. They had some good, like that album.
That was really Wayne's World, actually.
Yeah, Cats in the Cradle is a good,
good
song.
Yeah,
they're covering there.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that I think that everything about you has to be on there. Again, it's one of those that I love. I will sing. That you talk about turning that up while I'm driving around and singing my little heart out. But it is like lyrically, it's not great. It is a cringy song. So
I think it's kind of tongue in cheek, but it's fun. I think that's not a bad song, just because of the like all the petty little things, like the petty shit that I hate, everything about your mama and your dog and your like it's your family and all this, like it's fun.
One thing I did, you old lady. All right, we don't need to lose. Yeah, all right. So yeah, that's number one. You may give a few, or are we going round robin here?
You guys go. I don't really have many honorable mentions that I can think.
Okay.
I mean,
Dean, go ahead.
All right, I've got ones like I Believe by Cher. Is
Mhm.
Copacabana by Barry Manilow.
Copacabana. Yep. I like that one
Uh,
though myself.
I Want It That Way by the Backstreet Boys. Come on, that's cringy. That's some cringy.
Yeah.
That's a
Early
good one,
2000s
man. I love that
shit.
song.
Uh,
It hits every time. It hits every time. You're like, tell
All
me
right.
why. It just breaks in. Like it's easy to sing along to.
Okay. YMCA by the Village People.
Okay.
Mhm.
Call Me Maybe by Carly Rae Jessep.
Mhm.
Oh, whoa.
Right.
I'm gonna
Mhm.
let it go. I'm
Yeah,
gonna let it go. I'm gonna let it go.
we're not agreeing with that.
We're gonna stay friends tonight. Nope, we're gonna let that one go.
How about,
Ooh.
I don't even know who fucking remember who sings it. It was a bunch of old guys, but the Macarena
Oh
might be
yeah.
on the list of
Mhm.
anything, right? And then the last of my Barbie Girl by Aqua.
Okay.
Mm.
I'm a
Just a
Barbie
girl in a Barbie
Barbie
world.
world.
Yeah.
So there's my list.
Okay.
Any songs that have been like, for example, I was just thinking when you're rattling some of those because they're really popular, and it's
Sure.
almost that they become so cliche. And I'm like, what's a song that like, and this is admittedly sacrilegious, but it's become such a thing in pop culture and such a thing that everyone must yell out and sing in unison together every time it's on a jukebox in a
Yeah.
bar or played somewhere is
Mhm.
Don't Stop Believin' by Journey. It is a fantastic song,
Mhm.
but it has entered
I
the
understand.
sphere of like the horse has been beaten and dead and is decaying and you beat it still some more and it's like it's too much like a little bit. I love it. It's a good song, but it's to the point to where like I don't love it like I used to. Like
Nick,
it's
that's along the lines of Freebird.
sure,
right?
yeah.
And Sweet Caroline's getting there too.
Sweet Caroline.
I like the
Similar
song by
thing.
Neil
Everybody's got to
Diamond.
do the bump bump bump.
Piano Man is getting close to that.
Which one?
Which one?
Piano Man by Billy Joel.
Yeah.
That's up there. It's like, oh, okay, everybody sings. I get that. A lot of, and everything that we actually just named right there, everything they have in common, they're all very fun drunk songs when everybody's drunk singing together.
Yeah.
Right.
I think that. So when you hear them sober, you're like, oh yeah, I remember that night. That's weird.
Yeah.
And cringy. So maybe that has something to do with those.
Yeah.
Brian, you have any?
Yeah, just real quick. I have Lumberjack by Jackal. That's the one that has the chainsaw.
I'm a lumberjack, baby.
Sometimes I hear that song, I'm like, I like it. Other times I hear it, I'm like, I don't know. I did see them
I
sing
would
that
be
song
willing
live.
to bet you will hear that song at Rocket Mortgage Field House on February 1st.
And that'll be
because
fine.
they used to play that at
fits.
the Lumberjacks games all the time
that
after
would
a
fit.
fight or something. Yeah, all the time. It's great.
That fits the theme.
Yep.
That's fine. I'm not saying I
Cotton Eye
hate the
Joe.
song. It's a weird song. It is a kind of a cringy type song. The lyrics are weird, but anyways, Friends in Low Places, Garth Brooks. This was like the quintessential. For a period of time, it was early '90s douche dude song. That was really.
It's another drunk time.
Yeah.
Everybody sings along.
Yeah.
Douche dudes still love it. Also,
Sure.
I Want to Be a Cowboy by Boys Don't Cry. I do like that one. I want to be a cowboy.
Okay.
You can be my cowboy.
My heart skipped a beat. I was like, Brian fucking Fisher. I swear
thought
to
he was
God.
going Toby Keith.
In the year of our Lord. Okay. I was about to be like,
It's an 80s.
Rope and ride.
I stood idly by while this boy talked bad about Carly Rae Jepsen, but I will not listen to you talk about Toby Keith. It should have been a cowboy like that.
Nah, this is like a late 80s like techno type song.
Okay.
But, I do like that one. I also have YMCA, Dean. It's I like it. It is a cringy type song, but I do happen to like it. Barry Manilow too.
I see too many awful people dance to that song, so
it's taking a different little meaning there too. I Write the Songs by Barry Manilow. He's just like just a weird lyric song. Like a guy's always existed. He's writing all the songs. It's just strange. Cringy song I love though. I like it. I should say. Rick Astley. Never Gonna Give You Up.
Sure. That's another one that
song,
hits every time.
Fun. And again, his vocals are great, so
And I love how today's society, or over the past 10 years, it's gotten that resurgence of comedy, but still you hear people's heard, and I don't know if like youth, have heard the whole song, but like my son definitely has rickrolled me, sent me videos where you get rickrolled.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So it's kind of neat that something like that could have been a throwaway from that time period kind of has a resurgence in pop culture in some way.
Yeah.
Sure.
When I started at NSA, Dean, when Greg set up my voicemail,
Mm-hmm.
I checked my voicemail and I was rickrolled. We put the Rick Astley on there. It was pretty funny.
That's fun.
I have the shirt with the QR code that Robin got me. It's just a QR code. And
That's
when you scan
awesome.
it takes you to the YouTube. Rick Astley.
Awesome.
That's
I've
great.
never even seen that. I didn't know you had that. That's awesome.
Yeah, I wore
fun.
it to one of your parties, but the only one who would scan it was Jeff. But he's the only one that did it. Nobody else, because everybody else was like, "No, I'm not doing it. No, I'm not doing it."
That's fun.
Yeah, I wore it to your house for this. I think in the summertime for the beer tasting.
Okay.
Yeah, but the only one who scanned it was Jeff.
That's awesome.
Just a couple more. Afternoon Delight by the Starland Vocal Band.
Yep.
Made popular in Anchorman.
Right.
I kind of like the song, but it's basically just about screwing on an afternoon. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. Also be so lucky. I also have Achy Breaky Heart, Dean, and Allie pointed this out just this evening and played it for me. It's just another just Young Girl by a guy called Gary Puckett. The lyrics were incredibly disturbing.
Get out of my mind. Too much of you is way out of line.
That's exactly.
Give me a young girl. You're much too young, girl.
Jesus Christ. Is that really?
Yeah.
It sounds like a parody, like, because you just drive it home so hard.
No,
oh, man.
I fucking love that song.
Just very disturbing, the lyrics.
Yeah. What's the Jethro Tull? Sitting on a park bench, watching little girls with bad intentions.
No, you're right. Aqualung. Aqualung. Yeah. That's what I got. There's plenty more, but this would be a long topic. But that's what I got.
Sure.
Yeah, I could have kept going and going. Yeah, this is good.
I'm cringed out, boys. Yeah.
You know, it's not cringy.
What?
Saying goodbye.
That's true. And saying goodbye. Perhaps while you ride away on an electric bike. There's nothing cringy about that. Not at all. As you ride away whimsically in an electric bike. Perhaps from our friends at RPM Bike Shop located in Carrollton, Ohio. You can find their fine selection of electronic bikes on their website, which is rpmbikeshop.com, or searching them up on Facebook in the search tab, RPM Bike Shop. Give them a call today at 330-808-7792 today to see how you can take a cringe-free electric ride on one of their electric bikes, RPM Bike Shop.
Fantastic. Dean, ask your question. We haven't asked your question the last couple of weeks. We keep forgetting.
Yeah, so this actually should be going. Gentlemen, what have you learned this week?
Brian, you start. I got to think about what I learned. I usually don't listen to what you guys say.
I learned a cringe song has different meanings for different people. It could be so depends on your definition of cringe. Doesn't mean you don't have to dislike the song to consider it a cringe type song. How about that?
That's true. That's true. I learned that that what's going to break the society wide open is going to be the convincing idiots Oreo.
Fantastic, yes. And I've learned that just because you write cringe-worthy music doesn't mean it doesn't make you lots of money or you can't be successful, because every single fucking one of these songs we've named here tonight, boys, we all know it's gotten radio play. So you know what? Maybe there's something to be said for a little cringe in your life. And maybe that's why you're listening to us tonight, and we thank you for that.
One more. You know what else I learned? You know what else I learned?
What'd you learn?
I learned tonight that when you're a rock star or a musician of any sort, you should probably keep what you do in private and not write songs about it.
Sure.
Yep.
One final, if I may. I also learned that Dean's new nickname is Floor Cookie, and that makes my heart smile.
I'm happy.
Can next time, instead of your full government name at the bottom, I would like to see Floor Cookie.
Absolutely.
If you could, once you crack that code there.
I like it.
Yeah. All right, gentlemen. Well, this has been a very pleasant experience on the Convincing Idiots podcast. Parts of it very cringy, but pleasant, I must say. This has been episode 225, and if you've not already done so, please find us on social media. You can find links to them on our link tree, so just go ahead into Google and type in Convincing Idiots link tree, or go to our website, which is convincingidiots.wordpress.com. Tell your friends, if you would, please. Like, subscribe, rate, review, and drop us an email, interact with us, or reach out to us on our social media platforms. We'd love to hear from you. We appreciate your time. We appreciate your ears. And we appreciate the opportunity to be able to cringe you out. For this episode, I am Millennial Nick.
And I am Floor Cookie Dean.
Gen X Brian.
Have we convinced you to just get over yourself and take a little bite of Floor Cookie? All right.
Gen X Brian here. Zennial Dean. Millennial Nick. If you like our stuff, give us a like and subscribe. And we may just send you a Polaroid of Millennial Nick's feet.
Ham grape.
And it was kind of shoddy. It says Dean Harvey, yeah. Your full government name.
Yeah, that's weird.
Does mine say Millennial Nick?
Yeah.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Did mine used to say Zennial Dean?
I did. At one time.
Huh.
Yeah, just check your.
It
Is
also
this a
has
real
your
Dean
social
Harvey?
security number down there. Was that supposed to be?
Right.
How long has that been there?